Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I rise in support of new clause 5 and 6 and new clause number 8 in the Government's name. And I'd like to declare my interest as Chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Miscarriages of Justice, because, as we all know, Hillsborough stands as one of the greatest miscarriages of justice this country has ever seen. And I want to start by joining my colleagues in recognising the strength and resilience of all those who got us to this point today. First and foremost, the families who fought for decades to expose the truth, and some of them are joined in the chamber today. They kept the flame burning for 37 long years to get us to this point, and your refusal to give up the fight for truth and justice has been a guiding light for so many in times of darkness. And today you have succeeded in making sure that other families facing the unthinkable will not have to face the same obstruction, lies, deceit and the blame that you had to endure. This bill will provide families the certainty that state actors and those in power will be held accountable for their actions. This victory belongs to you and to the 97 who were unlawfully killed in 1989 and who we remember today. And as a very proud Scouser, today is an emotional day. For the people of Liverpool, the fight for justice is deeply personal, born out of tragedy, betrayal and an unbreakable demand for truth. We are a city that knows what institutional failure looks like and what courage, solidarity and persistence can achieve in the face of it. There are too many who've campaigned to get us to this point, but I want to pay tribute to my honourable friend, the member for Liverpool West Derby, for his amazing job in championing the Hillsborough Law campaign in Parliament and for refusing to give in to pressure when it looked like the duty of candour would be watered down.
Well, my honourable friend,
I'll give way.
I thank my honourable friend for giving way. She's making an incredibly emotional speech. I know from the Nottingham Maternity Review the harm and hurt that is caused when people with knowledge and involvement in institutional failures are allowed to dodge accountability and scrutiny. Does my honourable friend agree with me that it's absolutely vital, therefore, that there is no exemption from the duty of candour, including for security services, and that campaigners, including our honourable friend, the member for Liverpool West Derby, have been right to fight for so many years for a Hillsborough law that is worthy of the name and that can truly end cover-ups?
I totally agree with my honourable friend that no one should be exempt, and to pay tribute to everybody that has got us here today. But I'd also like to pay tribute to my honourable friend, the member for Liverpool Garston, who has campaigned over so many years in Parliament. And to the member for Makerfield, whose relentless campaign for justice for the Hillsborough 97 has helped to get us here today. And I've no doubt that he'll do everything that he can to get us across the line. The Hillsborough Law Now legal team, Elkin Abraham and Peter Weatherby Casey, who fought very hard for the duty of candour in this bill to make sure it was strengthened and not watered down. This wouldn't have been possible without all of your tireless endeavours, and we owe you all the biggest debt of gratitude. Today isn't just about the past, though. It's about preventing future cover-ups, corruption and police wrongdoing. Today, we ensure that no worker, no family, no community is ever left to fight the state alone. And I want to take this opportunity, Madam Deputy Speaker, to add my support to new clause 5 and 6 tabled in my honourable friend, the member for Hammersmith and Chiswick, and supported by Inquest, which would establish a national oversight mechanism for inquests and inquiries. These amendments are vital in ensuring that recommendations made do not just sit gathering dust on shelves, but we establish a body responsible and accountable for implementing them to prevent future harms. For too long, working class communities and the families who should have been given the dignity of being able to grieve their loved ones in peace were instead left to deal with industrial level cover-ups. This bill is a legacy for the victims of Hillsborough. Never again will families have to endure the level of corruption and cover-ups and the fundamental failure of police who blamed victims. Never again will the police and state actors be allowed to go unchallenged. Today brings hope to the families affected by other state miscarriages of justice. The victims and survivors of Grenfell, of those impacted by the inflected blood scandal, Windrush, Post Office Horizon, the nuclear test veterans still fighting for justice, the Camelaird 37, the descendants of the Chinese seafarers deported from Liverpool in the 1940s, still fighting for truth and an apology, the survivors, the educational subnormal scandal, who are yet to be given the dignity of an apology and compensation for what they were put through. Or those black families still seeking justice for those who died as a result of police interactions. It's a bitter injustice that no one has ever been held to account, just like Hillsborough, that all the police involved walk free. And Madam Deputy Speaker, I fully support the campaign to have the former Chief Superintendent of the South Yorkshire Police be stripped of his knighthood and have his Queen Policing Medal rescinded. This bill has taken far too long to get here, but Madam Deputy Speaker, the fight is not over. More work has to be done in the other place and the implementation. But for those victims and for so many others, the fight goes on for the justice they deserve, but for far too long has been denied. No justice, no peace.